Hello world, today we are going to talk about algorithm and data structures, or you can call it data structures and algorithm, which is very important right now. Suppose you're trying to dive into the computer world and trying to learn computer science, and it is very important to understand how does actually data and information actually flows. It is important, right? Data structure. We are going to learn these things in the Java so that we can build Android applications in a proper way. Data structure, Java provides several built-in data build structure that you can implement algorithms efficiently. Some common data structures in Java includes they are already built like arrays, array list, linked list, stack queue, hash map, and tree and graphs. In future, you will be able to see those whole things, right? For now, what we are going to do here, we are going to write one programs which can implement this memory size in which you can add the data and you can remove the data or delete the data. That is called stack. Actually, you have a particular memory and you want to add couple of elements into it and you have to delete that data. So let's start the journey of doing things. Okay, we are going to implement today a stack which contains push and pop operation. Push means you are inserting the data into a particular size of memory using array, and pop is an operation you are removing the data or deleting the data from any kind of any fixed size of the memory. Operation would we are going to perform here the last in first out basically. So have a look. We'll start the public class. I'm assuming that you have already know about the Java. Okay, so if you don't know, just explore, or you can contact me directly on this number which is available on below the wajidtech. Okay, so stack example. Yeah. So now stack example. So it is a class name. Class name should have to be always matched with the file name. So this is the file name. It is a GDB compiler. Link I will give it to you into the description. Okay, so we call it public static void name. Okay, so string parts. So we start with C system. Out.println hello world. So I just want to check whether the file and program is initializing properly or not. Okay, so it's working properly. So what's our main goal? To create a stack. So just create a private int dot comma max size, whatever the size will be. Actually we are considering it, and we want array, stack array. So that is also should have to be private int that is called stack array. Got it. So we want to create a stack, right? For that we are just building one constructor here that is called public stack, which should have to match the class name, and it is contained one parameter that is called size parameter, that is called max size. It have to be equal to s, and this array element, whatever the size would be, actually we will assign to this array. Okay, equals to new int the size, max size. Okay, so top value should have to be always at the -1 position, so equals to -1 position. And whenever it started, we just we want just notification from the system.out.println. We will call it like, yeah, stack is built. Same thing you will find actually into Android development. Whatever the lot of constructor you will find into the Android development. That is our main purpose. This DSA is the basic structure of understanding the data science behind of it. How does data actually process into the program, and how you will get a result. Okay, so to initialize any constructor, we have to create an instant with a class name, basically stack example x equals to new stack example. So we will pass this as a 4. Okay, so it is important, another thing, to know how does actually your program is functioning. I'm removing this hello world, so I'm sliding here. Let us build stack. Okay, so it is very simple, just build it. So it is giving us error. What is this stack? Is a new stack. The spelling mistake is here, so we will just run the new stack example. Yeah, stack is built. Let us build a stack first around this line, and once you initialize this instance, so it automatically runs. So I will write here, this is the constructor. The code you will find actually into the description itself. You can easily copy and paste and run, and you execute it, not an issue, in any GDP compiler across the world. Okay, so this is constructor I am writing here. Cool. So now what would be the next? Push and pop operation. You want to insert the information, integer data, into the stack. So we are going to say public void push operation. We will perform here. Int v is the value, and if top value is less than the max size -1, then what we have to do? Return. We just have to say the stack array value is top value. We have to increment from -1 position to plus position, that would be the 0th position, which is very initial value of array, right? So whatever we do, we have to find it, right? If it is not, then we have to say that system dot out dot println. Sorry, array stack is already full. Cool. So these two things are very important to understand about it. It's cool. So it's void push operation we are going to perform here. So whatever the max size, suppose the size is 2, whenever it crosses 2, what will happen? So we have an x dot push here. Once I cross, it should have to be give this statement. If it has been added, we just have to say system dot out dot println. Here is the value. Here is the value added. Simple. Plus this v function, v variable. Okay. So run this. I am adding one element here, that is 23. So 23 has been added. I want little space here. So once I cross 2 elements, it should have to be say show stack is full. Okay. 23. Again, I'm just doing this. So second element has been also added. Let us try to add third element, which is crossing the size of the array, right? So we will check it whether the function is proper or not. So sorry, stack is already full. Okay, cool. So this is the stick, right? So now let us create another function of pop function. So before that, what we have to do here? Let's have a look once. Let's have a look. What we have to do, we have to check whether the stack is empty or not. So for that, we will write one boolean function, means true or false value. So boolean is empty function. So it has been added here. Simple. So we will return the value or like top equals to -1. If top equals to not minus 1, that means it is not empty. If top equals to minus 1, that means it is empty. Okay. So another function we are going to add this, which is not a necessary according to me, public static public end pop operation we will perform here once. Okay. So let us create this same, what we are going to call it. Okay, if is not empty, function is not empty, then we may have to perform this function. What we have to do in the pop operation, we just have to return the stack value, stack array of top minus minus. We have to decrement the top value from the element of the array. So, and before that, before returning, we have to write in the statement pop operation has been println pop operation has been done. Okay, so if it is not empty, means it got empty. What do we have to see here? Already empty. We cannot perform any pop operation. We cannot delete any further elements from over there. So system dot out of println. Sorry, the elements. Sorry, the stack is already simple. Okay, two functions are here, which is going to perform. What is the peak? We will create another function that is peak value. Once the stack is full, means all elements has been added, right? So we have to check it out, right? So we are just checking what is the highest element value. So if we want it, and we just have to create one function to know about it, right? So for that we just have to say public int peak. Okay, so once you got a peak here, so right, okay, you just set up if here is empty is a not empty function, then you just have to return the value from the stack and what is the top value will be there. That is called stack array of top return. Okay, so that's how it's gonna return. Else, if it is empty, then you should have to say there return in -1 is stack is empty already. System dot out dot print, and then sorry, empty here. Simple. Anything else? No. Let's do something here. After doing this, also we just have to say stack dot peak, whatever the max value into an element. So we don't have to do this. We just have to check it out. Okay. So dot peak is cannot int peak. Okay, and I just spelled wrong. Okay, peak. So let's know what is the last element of the array. Array 2 errors missing return statement here. So in what? 33, line number 33. So what is the right line number 33? Just supposed to return -1, that is called, because we are calling it the function, and as well as 43, or as I will call this here, return -1. Symbol. Okay, so the stack is already full. It is the function, right? So once we call the peak, what is just returning? It's not returning anything because system, we are not printing here. We are just returning the value. System dot. We will print here only system dot out dot print 11. Here is the peak value plus install peak. Sorry. Programming instance, so to speak. Cannot find symbol. System dot out of println. System dot out of println. Is it a peak? It is a function, so we have to call this function on. Yeah. Here is the last peak value, which is 23. So let me increase the value as a 4, so that I can add my phone number as well. 9112180. Let's check whether it's required. So it's just happening that I didn't add semicolon here. So push operations, too long integer. Okay, it is not 9121. Yeah, it is done, and you can take this